Bonjour and welcome to a new unboxing video, and today I've got something from the US. I mean, the box is a bit crushed, but it's okay. I checked and everything's fine in it. And this comes from our friends at Super7. So if I say Super7, you know it's going to be ReAction retro figures. And they are retro figures from Star Trek The Next Generation. If you remember, there was a set of Star Trek Next Generation figures released a few months back. It was probably even last year, actually. I'm getting confused, but it may have been last year. And basically, you had Picard, and you had Data, and you had Worf, and Guinan, and Wesley Crusher, and a Borg. So you had the first 6, and everybody was expecting a wave 2 with the rest of the crew, at least, and that's exactly what we have in this box. It is wave 2 of Star Trek The Next Generation. So they've continued exactly like in the previous series. So you do have Commander Worf, Commander Riker, poor William Riker if I'm calling him Worf, but mind you, Deanna Troi liked both of them, so it's okay. So we've got Commander Riker, and then we do have the infamous Q. So we do have some villains. Then we do have Dr. Beverly Crusher. And then we do have Geordi LaForge, and then we do have Deanna Troi, who was the last one missing from the main crew. And we've got a 6th figure, which is probably the weirdest that they could do, and it's Armors, which looks like well, it's a puddle of goo or whatever. So it's a bit of an odd choice. So here you go. Let's have, now that all 6 of them are out of the box, let's see them in a bit more details. One thing that I find very, very nice is that so you've got the front of the card. Basically always has the character like they did for the first series, but of course for the second series of figures, on the back you do have all of the characters from season 1, from the first wave and then the second wave of Star Trek Next Generation figures, which is rather cool. It's very retro. I mean, we used to have those on the Star Wars figures. I mean, you were literally ticking the one you needed and the one you had. So here you go. All the backs are the same, except of course you do have the biography for Riker or Deanna Troi, Dr. Crusher, etc, etc. I'm not going to show them all to you, and we're going to open them because that's what you want. You want me to rip those things out of the package, and I want to do that anyway. So because we want to see what those little figures are like. So to be honest, they're quite similar to the first series. I'm pretty sure they used the same basic sculpt anyway for the bodies. So here you go. We do have little Commander Riker with his phaser here. That's the first one. Then we're going to get our friend Dr. Crusher. So those are actually I mean, they're not difficult to open, but the glue on the bubble is actually quite strong, because usually I can rip them out easily. Of course, Beverly has her medical coat, and she does have a medical tricorder in her hand. So basically that's Beverly Crusher, and she looks really cool. So that's the second one. Then we're going to get Geordi. So yeah, as you can see, I mean, it is definitely the same body as they did for the first series, but just different color. Then we do have Deanna Troi. Deanna Troi, oddly enough, of all the crew, Diana Troy is the one that has no accessory, which is bizarre because I would have thought they could have given her a tricorder or a pad or even a phaser. I mean, there's no reason why she shouldn't have a phaser, but it's bizarre that all of the others have. But of course, she had to have a completely new sculpt because our costume is very, very different. So here is Diana Troy with a big hair. So that's really cool. And then we do have the last two, which are, I think Q is looking really, really nice. And here is Q with his robe. So it looks very good. His robes are splitting. It's like, you know, like almost like a drag queen pants or something. But he looks really, really, really good. And then the most bizarre thing, I mean, I'm really surprised that they went for Armus, because I mean, Armus is not really the most famous character, because he only appeared in one episode, which was the episode where Tasha Yar is killed. Spoiler. Because he kills Tasha Yar. So that's really weird, because it's really a lump of plastic with just one articulation here and articulation here, and his blob head can move ever so slightly. So that's rather bizarre, but I like it. I like weird figures. So I wish they would have put some glitter on him, because if it had been translucent with some glitter, it would have been actually much nicer. So here you go. That's wave 2 of the Star Trek Next Generation ReAction figures from Super7 with Armus and Q and Diana Troy and Geordie LaForge. And I'm not going to be able to put all 6 figures in one hand. Commander Riker and Dr. Crusher. So here you go. That's the 6 figures. They are out. They've been out for a bit, because funny story, those have been sent back in May, but they were somehow stuck in customs for over a month. So here you go. Very, very happy with those. I absolutely adore ReAction figures. Star Trek ReAction figure, that's perfect for me. And so you should be able, I think some shops in the UK are starting to get them. I'm pretty sure that Forbidden Planet, for example, have them, and you may also get them in Star Action figures. Places like that have them or are going to have them soon. And I will speak to you again very, very soon. Bye.